graph a piecewise function, I'm going to create a table of values for each domain. This first domain in this first table of values that I'm going to make is y equals x minus 1. So my x and y values, I have to be specific with my x values. If x is less than or equal to 3, then I want to use the number 3. I like to put a closed dot because I include 3. And number smaller, 2, 1. Then when I plug in a 3 here, 3 minus 1 is 2. Then when I plug in a 2 there, 2 minus 1 is 1. Then when I plug in a 1 there, 1 minus 1 is 0. So I'm going to graph only that part of the piecewise function. So at 3, 2, I'm going to start with a closed circle. At 2, 1, at 1, 0. Now that I see my pattern, I'm going to continue my graph from there. So I start at the 3 on the x, and it continues. Next, I'm going to look at the other part of the graph. I'm going to make y equals 2, and I'm going to make a table of values, x, y. This time it says if x is greater than 3. Well, I still have to start with 3, but when I go in 3, I'm going to have an open circle. And numbers that are greater than 3, 4, 5, 6, and I can continue. Well, if y equals 2, then every y value is 2. So I'm going to start at 3, 2. So at 3, 2, it happens to overlap. They don't always overlap. If it's already closed up, I can't open it. So then I'm going to do 4, 2, 5, 2, and so on. So I have a horizontal line that looks like that. So what I'm looking at here is 2 pieces on one function. I'm going to show you one more basic one, but this one has 3 different pieces. So let's start with the first one. I'm going to make a table of values that is y equals 3 when the x values are 3 and greater. So y equals 3 when those x values occur. So at 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, I'm going to have a closed circle because it's greater than or equal to. At 4 and 5 and so on, so I have a horizontal line from there. The next piece right here, y equals -1 when x is between -2 and 3. So I'm truly going to use -2, -1, 0, 1, 2, 3. But remember at -2 and 3, I'm going to graph with open circles. When you have part of your graph that has a domain between 2 specific numbers, use every integer in that domain. And it says y is -1. Oops, I didn't put a negative there. So all these will be at -1. So at -2, 1, excuse me, -2, -1, I have an open circle. At -1, -1, and so on. And at 3, 1, 2, 3, -1, I also have an open circle. So I have a horizontal line right there. I have one more piece, so I have one more table of values to create. So I'm going to say y equals -4 when x is less than or equal to the -2. So I have -2, -3, -4. And my y values are -4 all the way across. So at -2, -4, that should be at 1. So 1, 2, 3, 4. -2, -4. At -3, -4, and so on. So now you can see I have 3 different pieces graphed on one coordinate plane.